So good to have you on the show. I'm Dalnazi Rani. Well, last week a cyclone just missed the city, but has India's economy also emerged from the eye of the storm? That's the question we've been putting to companies and experts this week. Here's what's on the show. Well, as we talk about a recovery and a return to economic growth, the global financial crisis seems like a long way in the past. It's easy to forget that one of the first things that companies did during the downturn was put a freeze on hiring and fired a whole bunch of workers. Now today, of course, the job market has thawed and the mood has certainly lifted. But there's a twist. Now workers and firms are being choosy about who they want to work for. Supriya Menon has more from Mumbai.
It's interview time for these candidates. At staffing firm Team Lease, these are busy days. Companies are looking to fill up their vacant posts as India emerges from the economic slowdown. But hiring is not all that simple anymore.
Companies are very particular about the quality of the people who they are hiring. They are a lot more choosy now. They are a lot more discerning in terms of the skill which comes to onto their particular role rather than a person which comes to the role now. Organizations are embarking on something called assessments, which is something which they're insisting on every candidate to undergo an entry gate and exit gate kind of assessment at all levels of time.
The global recession may be over for India, but it's certainly left its mark. Unsure of the economic environment they operate in, companies in sectors such as telecom, pharma and services don't want to expand too soon, too quick. But just a few months ago, the scene was very different. Organizations were not hiring. In fact, most firms were looking to trim the fat and many even let go of people to be able to do that. Now sensing a change in fortunes, companies here have brought out their expansion plans and are looking to get back on the growth track. But it's not all that simple. According to the Great Place to Work, a firm that brings out a list of the best companies to work for, employees are also being choosy. During the downturn, many people were fired. So now they want to be sure of the jobs they take on. So it seems the balance of power has shifted back to those in the job market.
I think people would be looking at business models of companies. People would be looking at how the companies dealt with recession. And I think more importantly, they would look at value additions to themselves in terms of their own learning and how they market their own skills. And these are factors that companies will have to sell as a part of their employer brand.
So far, only employers were scrutinizing prospective candidates, but now the tide has changed. And while this quick turnaround from the downturn has pleased both corporates and employees, it may be a long while before both find the right fit with each other.
Well, with that, it's a wrap on this week's edition of the show. But do join us again next weekend when we will be taking an in-depth look at the 2008 Mumbai attacks and asking if the city and the economy have healed or if the scars still run deep. In the meantime, if you've got any questions or would just like to get in touch with us, do send us an email at asiabiz@bbc.co.uk. From all the team here at India Business Report, thanks so much for your company. Have a great week ahead. I'm Dalnazi Rani and I'll see you next week.